Don't fuck it up this time.
If I do, I'm gonna shoot my nut.
Shoot your nut.
Okay, I'm ready to go if everyone else is. Hold on, I have a tweet at me.
Someone tweeted at you.
I don't know, I'm not getting it. I hate Twitter's like, hey, you have tweets, and then they don't, nothing. Alright.
A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey, everybody! Welcome to another episode of...
Is this good?
Is this good?
I don't know.
It will ever be a question.
I am
For the
your...
web.
I am your co-host,
Are
Brett.
you a good co-host?
I am your... Well, that's for you to comment. Well, not you, but the listeners can comment. I am your co-host, Brett.
And I am your co-host, Dylan.
And we have a very special guest. You know him from YouTube. You know him from YouTube.
Hey, I'm chewing over here.
What?
You know him from the Spider-Man films.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I meant to say Twitch for some reason. Oh my god.
Great start.
Do you remember the scene from Spider-Man when he was chewing?
That was Mike.
Sound like Eddie Pepitone.
That was me.
Oh, I
and
gave it away.
Now I am constantly living my role.
So, basically last time...
Wait, say his name.
We already did, Mike.
Mike what?
We don't do... This is a first name
yeah.
podcast.
First name bases,
Second name base. I don't know.
second name base, second base name, baby.
So last time we recorded a podcast...
Hey.
Oh.
I'm chewing here.
So we forced him into this podcast during his chewing, and he's very upset.
He was like, I don't want to record. I'm chewing.
We're like, okay, we're recording. Go.
This is my specific chewing hour.
A whole hour.
Jeez Louise.
So last time we recorded a podcast and it went great. Nothing wrong.
A week ago.
A full week ago.
Mm-hmm.
We were definitely not recording these in the same day.
Nope.
It feels so much shorter than a week. As if it were the very same day.
But it's not. It's a week later. And we recorded an episode and the audio got swammed, it got flim-flammed, it got swip-swapped.
Why did you swam the audio?
Well, I downloaded
Because
this...
Brett's a blib blub.
I've been up since 6 o'clock this morning. It's now midnight. This is podcasting at its finest.
Hey, at least there won't be any dead air.
First of all, is anyone mad at these aren't on iTunes? Because I've been uploading them to iTunes,
I'm furious.
and I basically reached a limit to where I'd have to pay more, and so I couldn't upload them in May. But it seems like no one really cared, so maybe I should just stop doing iTunes.
Stick to SoundCloud.
Sure,
It's in the cloud.
it's in the cloud.
Have you ever heard of clown?
But
Clown.
I think most people just listen to it on YouTube. So, yeah. So tell me if you really want it on iTunes.
Or SoundCloud.
Which is okay. Or SoundCloud.
Hey, I'll leave it up to you.
Thanks, because you do nothing
I know.
behind the scenes. I'm just kidding. You know, I pay for everything, and I do everything for this podcast.
Hey, I illegally downloaded that one movie.
Hey, and I thought you were the quiz biz.
Wait.
Two times. Trivia guy.
Two times ago, we watched the movie We Need to Talk About Kevin.
Yeah.
Which I bought on Amazon.
Did you just say 2 times ago?
2 episodes ago, we watched We Need to Talk About Kevin, and I bought it on Amazon.
Oh yeah, did it ever come?
Yeah, it's still in the package because I never opened it. They sent it a day after we recorded, so we needed to illegally download it.
Sorry, police.
Sorrypolice.com.
Paid for the movie.
But Mike, did you see anything recently this week?
This week being...
The week after the last podcast we filmed.
It's been a tough week for me since our last podcast with the apocalypse happening and all.
Oh boy.
Man.
When Obama came out and said, I'm actually a vampire. And
I know.
That was tough because I've always known he was a ghost, but a ghost vampire?
Yeah.
I did not see.
We seem to be pretty calm during this
What
apocalypse.
I didn't see coming was the White House turning into a giant president bot.
At least it stayed white, am I right?
I didn't vote for
No,
him.
it didn't stay white. It turned like a metallic, dirty yellow.
You just no-butted me, Mike. That is not how you improv, but...
Hey, not my Not my president.
What is this rule?
No, don't worry about it. But Dylan, we saw Edge of Tomorrow.
Oh yeah, we did see Edge of Tomorrow because it's out.
It's been a week since the last podcast. Definitely not recorded on the same day.
Nope. And definitely not the second time we're talking about this.
Okay. I might have.
Man, I love this new week that we are living in.
I also we might have recorded this exact podcast.
Shut the fuck up, they don't need to know that.
Okay. This is the first time we're recording this.
What if one of us died in that past week?
This is going to be very confusing.
What do you mean? The people listening to this are hanging themselves.
Oh yeah, so
Well, are they hanging themselves next week?
all I can say about
Mike, it is this week.
all I can say about Edge of Tomorrow is
Tom Cruise
is
is
in
in it. Emily Blunt makes an appearance.
well, she's a character. She's second build. Good for her.
Well, it depends on who's billing. If I'm billing, I'm going to do third. Because you know what? You Nork.
Hey, take this cigarette. You need it.
New York.
Wait, I thought you said something about Jeremy Pivens being in it.
Oh, that was the first time we recorded this.
That was I put that as my second billing would be Jeremy Pivens
Yeah, Jeremy Piven is in it, and
as a robot.
yep. What was that thing you did earlier about the seats? Do the seat thing again. Because this is the first time.
No, we don't need to go. I don't think I want to do that bit again. It was a hilarious bit. It was me, Mike, and Dylan enjoyed it. Basically, I flubbed the audio again.
Jeremy Pivens did something to a bunch of seats, and it was the funniest joke ever, and we're never going to remember.
So, Mike...
So we're trying really hard to make it as organic as possible of us talking about this for the first time.
So, Mike, you were raving about Edge of Tomorrow. Tell us a review. What did you think about Edge of Tomorrow? Because it's definitely out.
It was a fantastic film. I didn't expect that Tom Cruise would be the first and second leads, being that he plays Emily Blunt's character.
Spoiler alert, that is revealed.
Turns out that Emily Blunt is not in the movie at all.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we all know this by now because this week the spoiler has been leaked on the internet, and everyone
Seth
knows
MacFarlane tweeted a picture of it.
Yeah, exactly. And Tom Cruise kissing Tom Cruise.
Mm-hmm.
Serious.
I feel like that has had to happen in movie history.
I just never thought I'd ever see Tom Cruise with the.
It was too funny. His head exploded.
I feel like he just tripped or something.
Just Mike. Is Mike dead?
You just completely stopped talking. I'm not sure if he knows or if he just blacked out. Mike, you there?
No, it's just I was thinking about that really funny scene in that scene with the talking parrot. It's great.
So
Tom Cruise is like, I didn't know parrots could talk.
The weirdest thing about Edge of Tomorrow that the trailers don't show, it's filmed in front of a live studio audience and it's a comedy.
Well,
it's specifically a comedy because no matter what happens, the audience only appears to laugh. Like Tom Cruise dying.
No, they do a couple ooh when they kisses themselves.
No,
they do. We don't need to get into debate about this.
No, there's a laughing ooh, like ooh.
No, there's definitely an ooh because they're kissing and they go ooh.
No, they'd be laughing. They'd be like,
they're not laughing because it was sad because Tom Cruise just got cancer. Spoiler alert.
But then he goes back in time.
Ooh.
Fixes the cancer.
Dude, I don't want to talk about the ending, but when they set up the cliff of tomorrow. The cliff of tomorrow?
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
I thought that was crazy.
Yeah.
I get it, you're doing it.
Or the Bono of tomorrow. We don't need to
That one was a stretch.
The top of tomorrow. Top of tomorrow, too.
Yeah, people don't know that in Ireland it's actually called Top of Tomorrow.
The movie has a title change in Ireland.
Because everyone's going to think the Edge is in it.
Tom Cruise
like,
and
the Edge.
Living on the edge of tomorrow.
Okay, well,
the original title for the film was All You Need Is Kill.
I know.
Every time
that should have been the title.
Every time I see the trailer for that movie, I'm like, oh, that movie had an original title, and I always think, thank you, very kill.
Thank you, very cool. What's that?
That's the Nick Kroll. He says, "Thank you, very cool."
Oh, thank you, very cool.
I don't know why. I can never think of All You Need
I
Is
made
Kill.
this movie with Tom Cruise. Thank you, very kill.
Okay, so this week we're going to discuss the cult classic.
Cult classic. Gave
I
us.
believe it's a cold classic.
It's a cold classic.
It's a sandwich now. They sell
It gave us the hunk we all know and love.
Bubble
Jake
Boy.
Gyllenhaal. Bubble Boy.
Prince of Persia, Spider-Man.
Well, almost Spider-Man.
What? Oh,
Was
wait
he?
a minute.
Yeah, wasn't it?
Aquaman. In
He was only
Entourage.
Spider-Man for that one scene.
In Donnie Darko. Oop, I gave it away. We watched Donnie Darko.
Let's get into the synopsis.
Oh
I guess.
shit, we were supposed to watch Donnie Darko,
Uh-oh.
but then I watched Spider-Man 2.
Well, we'll still discuss.
Gyllenhaal wasn't in that movie at all.
They're kind of the same movie. It's okay.
It's
Yeah.
literally the exact same movie.
Yeah, it's okay. It's fine.
Very
It'll work.
worse than both.
We'll
The
Okay.
very
We'll figure it out.
So the synopsis for Donnie Darko, according to IMDb, a streetwise NYPD detective joins a secret organization that polices extraterrestrial affairs.
Bet, I'm
on
going to stop
Earth.
you there.
Wait a minute.
I'm
hold
guessing
on.
that's either RIPD or Men in Black.
It was Men in Black the whole time.
Brett, you got probably have to see a doctor or something.
You keep doing this.
It's like you purposely look up the wrong information.
I seriously typed in.
It's like you're goofing.
Do you think that you thought you typed in Donnie Darko?
And for people that don't know, Donnie Darko is about... You got it this time. Go ahead.
Okay, Donnie Darko is now available on Amazon Instant Video.
Okay, well, no. That's not the synopsis.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm going to have to start doing this.
Whole movie was a lie. I thought it was just
Okay.
always about Amazon
Okay,
being available on demand.
Donnie Darko, 2001,
I
released
demand Amazon.
wide release post 9/11,
Post 9/11, filmed pre 9/11.
and somewhat released.
But yeah, some festivals I would say pre 9/11.
What's your favorite festival?
My favorite festival? The Carnival.
Okay. I love when Donnie Darko was released at the carnival.
I saw it at the top of the Ferris wheel.
It's
I was gonna say they projected it on the Ferris wheel.
it's rated R. It's a drama, mystery, sci-fi.
Ooh, I
Drama,
wish I could have done
mystery,
that with
sci-fi.
guys.
Read the synopsis.
Okay, a troubled teenager is plagued by visions of a large bunny rabbit. I don't think that's true.
Wait a minute, this sounds like the plot to The Mask.
No, Mike, the bit's
believe
over.
it.
The bit's over.
Mike, shut the fuck up.
A troubled teenager is plagued by a vision of a large bunny rabbit that manipulates him to commit a series of crimes after narrowly escaping a bizarre accident. Now, it's not really a large rabbit. It's a
And it's... Hold on. What is it on IMDb? Isn't it on the top? It's 193 on the top 250 movies of all time, which we know
which who gives a fuck about?
is completely accurate. And if
So
you...
it's almost at the top of the
What's
best.
the best movie on there right now?
Probably Shawshank. Let me check.
Fuck that movie.
Shawshank.
Fuck that
Shawshank?
movie.
I would not say
Fuck that
Shawshank.
movie.
Number one is Shawshank Redemption. Number two, Godfather. Number three, Godfather Part 2. And number four, The Dark Knight.
Shut
I don't
want
to watch any of those top fours.
Number five, Pulp Fiction. That's
Okay, I'll
top
watch
five.
that.
But anyway,
6 is Get Him to the Greek. Never would have thought. So, Mike, you watched Donnie Darko. Who's Bubble
Yes,
Boy?
I did watch Donnie Darko. What were you about to say?
Who's Bubble Boy?
Who is Bubble Boy?
To you.
Bubble Boy is a child born with a severe condition where he cannot escape a plastic bubble his whole life. And the movie is about him just rolling around, crying.
sounds dreadful, but it's hilarious.
Nah, it's like it's hilarious in a way if you get humor from people suffering. It's just like a 2-hour
Dude,
movie
we all saw
of crying.
9/11, and we all laughed.
No comment. So anyway, I'm familiar with this movie. I saw it a long time
yeah.
ago
So-
in like 7th grade. And
I-
Wait,
this is like
we're
your
talking about Bubble Boy?
no, Donnie Darko. Or Spider-Man 2, whatever. But
Wait, there was a video so I could do a spit take.
So, I feel like...
Darko!
not that we recorded this before, but Mike and Dylan kind of saw the same thing where you saw it in like middle school. And
yeah, it saved Mike's life, I believe, because he was
Oh, that's
just
right.
doing
Yeah,
a whole
I
heroin
was-
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't need to get into that.
Yeah, there's something about heroin. Yeah, a bunch of my heroin junkies were just yapping their lips about some kind of crazy movie with a bunny rabbit in it. And I was like, I gotta check that out, bros. And after I walked out, I was a sober man.
Saved his life.
saved my life.
No,
But-
this is like the first time you've really seen it, Brett.
The only thing I've seen this movie, I remember seeing Maggie Gyllenhaal on Jake Gyllenhaal's bed, which is, first of all, we talked about the siblings team up. I love when they do that.
They don't team up though.
Well, they team up. Yeah, they do the ring thing at the post-credit scene. They put their rings together and they team up. You gotta stick to the end, Mike.
Darko turns into a cloud of smoke.
And then he haunts an island. And then, so the only scene I remember is her being like, "Yeah, my brother had a
very
jet,
random scene.
had
I
a jet
remember.
engine going through his house. Now he gets all this free stuff."
Yeah, just
I
a
don't know
very
why I'm
small
miming,
scene,
so
yeah.
Dylan can know. And then
I appreciate it.
And then I was so. I remember when I was younger, I didn't want to watch it because I thought it was a scary movie because I saw the rabbit, and
Yeah,
I
it's
was
not
like,
scary.
"Check, please."
It's creepy, but it's not scary.
I wouldn't even say if it's creepy. I mean, the mask is creepy,
Yeah.
but it's a Halloween.
Well, I thought you were going to say like you were afraid of jet engines, so you're just
mean-
like can't do it.
Well, I didn't know a jet engine. I think I thought. Well, I remember means nothing. When I pictured a jet engine, I thought I pictured a car engine, but just jet sized crashing into a house.
Fucking idiot.
I guess that's technically what a jet engine is. It's just a big engine.
I know, but I pictured just like this. I don't know how to explain it. That's how I pictured this whole movie.
So seeing it for the first full time today, did you like it? What did you think of it?
I went into it thinking I was not gonna like
Yeah.
it because I remember hearing, "Oh, this movie has a lot of theories."
You thought
and,
it was gonna be
and
like
a bunch of people don't get
bullshit.
it.
You
And
thought it was
like,
gonna be overrated.
pretentious.
Yeah.
And I liked it. It was a lot different than I thought it would be.
I didn't think you would like it, so it's surprising to me.
It's because you don't
I've
know
got a
me.
question for you guys. Did you watch the director's cut or the theatrical?
We watched the
version?
regular cut, but I do own the director's
What's the
cut.
difference?
They're very different.
There's way more explanation in director's cut.
Explanation.
There,
Maybe I should
between,
watch that
between
because
scenes in the director's cut, they actually show chapters of
movie.
the time travel book, so it kind of explains everything a little
Can we
more.
watch that
Yeah, we can
version?
watch it.
Because man, I have some questions.
Yeah, it's a very confusing movie, but
and I
yeah.
don't want to look like.
Don't really answer much.
I know a lot of people be like, "Oh, you don't get it," so I'm kind of worried. Like, I'm just gonna say I got the ending, but I don't get how it happened.
Yeah,
Well, why don't you explain what you think happened at the end?
You try to explain it.
Fuck me. Fuck. So I feel like shit. So I feel like he wanted to save the girl.
Okay.
He knew he was gonna die, so the only way to save her is to like kill himself.
Well,
Fuck. I don't know how to explain
you're wrong.
this. I don't know how to explain this.
You're wrong.
I'm so wrong.
You're fucking
You
wrong.
I'm an idiot.
You're fucking. You should have gone to film school, dummy.
So I'm thinking the ending timeline where he dies.
Uh-huh.
I feel like that happened.
Spoiler alert, by the way.
I can't tell. Did that happen first?
I'm not entirely sure. I think I figured it out at one point years ago, and then I just totally forgot it.
Mike, can you
Well-
explain it to me?
I think the movie is like what the explanation is that he's been in a time loop for a very, very long time.
Oh, that, like a Groundhog's Day thing?
Like a Groundhog's Day thing.
That is something I've never heard before. That's
That's
interesting.
like because in the beginning of the movie where he just wakes up in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
That's like the beginning of.
Well, I thought that was like just
Showing
because
him,
he does that again in the
showing
movie.
him being like messed up.
Because he does that again in the movie. He wakes up on the golf course because the rabbit guy took him out there.
My theory is that before he died, he was given a chance to see into the future what was going to happen. So he laughed because he was dying, but he knew that him dying would prevent the end of the world.
He was like,
Because
I think there's some I mean, like I know there are a lot of theories, but I think it's like they figure out that he's just been like looping around in the same couple of days.
but
I like that theory.
but he wasn't the time traveler, was he?
Frank was the time
Frank
traveler,
was the time
I think.
traveler.
But I don't know. I think there was like some sort of anomaly where since he was supposed to die and he didn't, that the whole universe kind of started collapsing in on itself.
Wait,
yeah, it
who's
was
he?
like they were
Yes.
saying that because an engine appeared out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's like
So
that's
obviously
what caused.
the engine time
So obviously this movie is what happened to the Malaysian flight.
Yes,
No, what we
exactly
gotta
what
say,
happened.
so
Donnie
obviously
the flight guy Donnie Darko.
Yep, that's what they call it.
instead of time, see, I know he's talking about time travel, so it makes you want to think about time travel.
Yeah.
But the way I'm kind of seeing it is portal to parallel universes.
That's
Yeah.
Is
It's,
another.
it's all like parallel universes, quantum physics, even
that makes
religion.
That's correct. Saying
Because
parallel.
the airplane, they were like, "Where's this jet engine come from?"
Yeah.
and obviously it went through a portal.
Yeah, in the future, where
The past.
or the past. Yeah, fuck.
It went to the past.
God damn it, messes with my head.
I thought that was a super cool concept of a jet engine coming through a house and they just not knowing where it came from. Like, imagine how freaked out. Like, I feel like they should be freaking out. Like, what? Jet engines?
People should be making way more of a big deal, but I think
well, there's no internet. It was the 80s. So they were just like
Dukakis. But when I saw this movie, it was like, this is why I say this is everyone's first favorite movie. Like, in 8th grade, like, everyone loves this movie. It's because when I saw it out, it was like, this is the first time I've seen anything like this. Like, this is something, like, other than big blockbusters. Like, something can be smart and, get me thinking. So, but...
Yeah, because you're an idiot. You don't,
yeah,
you don't
kind of. But, now, seeing it now, I think it's just okay. Pretty good. But,
yeah, it's definitely good.
I haven't...
Yeah, it's definitely something that if I had watched now without never seeing it before, I would definitely have a different feeling over it. Like, because, like you said, it came out at a time where it was like movies that like caught attention like that were never like these indie, like intelligent movies. Yeah. And it was like, oh, this is new.
Yeah, it's like the first time I've ever seen anything like that. Prior to that, it was pretty much just like explosions and stuff that I've been exposed to and fart jokes. But
those are the best.
Yep. Exploding
Donnie
fart
Darko
jokes.
had that all the time. Every scene, an explosion and a fart joke.
But maybe it's just because I've seen the movie so many times now that I think I don't love it as much as I used to, but it's still a fucking great movie.
But what about Fear? Because Fear was playing a big part in it. Like, the guy was saying, hey, don't fear. So what does that have connect with?
Well, a lot of people don't really realize that this is a sci-fi movie, and it makes you think about time travel and stuff, but it's also like a satire on suburban life. It's kind of like American Psycho. No one realizes that's a satire on society, but Donnie Darko is kind of the same thing. It's kind of poking fun at suburban life and how these household moms will try to find ways to, blame things on stupid things like fear and love. I don't know. It's just, without getting too deep and sounding dumb.
It just seems like they're really pushing on fear and, I don't know. This movie, I guess I bet there's people screaming at like their headphones. Not
Seth
their
Rogen
headphones.
was in it.
Yeah, the first line he ever said in a movie was, "I like your boobs."
I like your boobs.
But yeah, there's like I remember like one of like their explanations where it's like, the reason why the teacher said the cellar door is the most beautiful word was just to get him to go to that cellar door to open it.
Oh yeah. That makes sense.
Movie has a great soundtrack.
Oh yeah, it's one thing. There's one part where Patrick Swayze's giving a speech, and like I think he has like people to come up to the microphone.
I'm gonna rape this boy.
Oh.
Spoiler alert.
There's just like a. I don't know how to explain. There's just a really good song.
That music that keeps playing in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the name of that song? I don't know because.
Tears for Fears.
No. It's a song. It's from the score of the movie, but like the composer, he named all the songs, like the song, the composition songs, whatever you want to call them. They're all named after chapters of the book, and I think that one's called the Tangent. Tangent Universe. That song is called. I don't know.
They're in. Oh man, have any of you guys seen the Darko?
Yes, I've seen that.
That movie is up there. I mean, like everyone says, like, "Oh, it's the worst movie ever." That is one of the worst movies ever, in my opinion.
So
I don't remember anything that happened.
What's it about?
It's really.
Please tell me it's all about her dance team.
Sparkle
no,
Motion.
It's just about the girl who goes to a town. Ah, God, it's so bad.
I don't remember anything. I remember there was a guy in the army that came back to like warn her.
Is there a sci-fi element to it?
Yeah, there's the time travel thing, but it's like it's so fucking confusing. At the end of the movie, there's like a fucking square that shows up.
I don't not remember this.
They're like, it's like there's a tesseract coming. Like, and like a fucking square was flying towards Earth.
Mike, this sounds great. I love this movie.
Right up my alley.
It's like this 4-dimensional square was flying towards Earth. But, oh my God, I can't remember the plot at all.
I don't remember anything about that. I remember thinking it was dumb.
I remember the MTV Movie Awards where they were plugging the heck out of that movie. That's all I remember. They were like the whole cast was there, like, yeah, go see as Darko. I play Sarah or Samantha Darko.
Yeah, she played herself. She played the same character 10 years later, so that's kind of cool.
She played herself?
Yeah.
I don't think that's right.
Shut up. I've been up since 6 this morning.
No, you haven't. That's my excuse.
She plays the same character, same actress.
Well, that's cool because, man, I like that dance sequence. I was telling Dylan, there's something...
the little girls.
There's something cool about kids dancing with serious faces.
Yeah, he wouldn't shut up about it.
I shut up. Tim and Eric use it a lot. It's just so... It's not funny. It's not cool. It's just weird. It's just like kids doing...
The word you're looking for is arousing.
Patrick Swayze.
Ooh.
He's
but
dead.
There's just something so funny. I guess it's weird. It's just bizarre to see kids dancing like rehearsed stuff with like a straight face. It's like, yeah, okay, I gotta do this move. I gotta do this move.
And one and two. And one and two.
So funny that her face was so serious. I was like, I want this scene to go on forever. It was the best.
Can this like never end? But it did went on going for a long time.
I mean, I put it on loop. We put it on loop for a good 2.5 hours.
I think so. I was disturbed.
You're like, Brett.
Speaking of Disturbed, do you have the director's cut DVD?
Yeah, I do.
On the DVD, in the special features, there's this thing called Donnie Darko's Biggest Fan.
I have seen that.
What's that about?
She goes to Comic-Con and like stalks all the actors.
No, it's not she.
It was a he. I could swear I remember it was a girl.
It was like a big fat dude who was like, I own like 10 copies of Donnie Darko.
In my mind, that was a girl, but I know it's exactly what you're talking about.
And then he meets him. Yeah, he meets him at the Comic-Con and like he kisses him.
Yeah, he finds the guy that played Frank the bunny, and and the guy that played Frank kind of explained a lot of stuff, but not really, from what I remember.
So,
it's a great video. You should look it up on Bing.com.
So obviously this movie is like really good at making you think. There's no definite. Well, maybe there is a definite answer, but I feel like that maybe
I think there is.
I think the director has a definite answer. It definitely wasn't like 2001 where Stanley Kubrick was like, 100 people watch this, there'll be 100 different answers. This was definitely like he has a vision, but he wants you to figure it out for what exactly it is.
And I definitely did not figure it out, obviously, because of the way I explained it. But man, the love interest,
the girl, Jenna Malone.
Yeah.
What about her?
She's smoking.
Really?
Smoking.
Smoking.
It's like when Jake Gyllenhaal saw her, his eyes popped out of his head and his tongue fell out of his mouth, like rolled on the floor. He went, "Ooga,
ooga."
But what kind of a teacher is Drew Barrymore that says sit next to the boy who you think is the cutest?
Sit next to the boy you want.
What if she was gay? Like, what if she's like dealing with homosexual thoughts, or like
it was the 80s. It was a different time.
Yeah.
Then she showed her class Watership Down, which is like
they don't show that in the original version. They show it in the director's cut.
I didn't. They read a book.
Yeah, well, in the director's cut, they show him watching Watership Down, that movie about the rabbits.
Mm-hmm.
My grandma bought that movie for me when I was a boy and scarred me forever. Maybe that's why I kill all those people.
I honestly have no idea what you're talking about. Maybe I should check. Maybe we should do this movie on this.
You didn't watch it in school?
Watership Down? I have no idea what we're talking about.
It's a movie about rabbits. It's like an old cartoon from like
it's kind of like
70s.
Animal Farm, where they talk and it's cartoons and stuff.
But it's like they all die horribly. They get like buried.
Sign me up. Sounds like a laugh riot.
We have an S Darko and whatever this movie is called, double feature coming
down. It's like you get to see rabbits like suffocate.
Man, I'm hooked.
Not even kidding or exaggerating. They show a scene with them trying to claw out of like the tunnels, but they can't. They squeeze all together and they fucking die.
It's funny.
What's the plot of it? Like, what's the story? Like,
I can't remember.
So, like, the humans are gonna come to our thing.
But what's the moral? Like, what are we learning?
Humans suck.
Humans suck.
Is the moral.
Seriously?
Brett had a weird fascination with the mom in this movie.
Oh, okay. if you Mike probably won't get this, but I watch Mad Men a lot, and you do too.
Yeah.
There's a character named Roger Sterling. And man, the mom said a line. I forget what it was. She was like, "You need to do that." I forget what it was, and she sounded exactly like Roger.
So the whole movie, you're like, "That's the female version of Roger Sterling."
And then she started
she's drinking and smoking the whole movie.
And then she was like, the way she stood there after Donnie Darko died at the end. She was just like standing next to a tree, like, "Yeah, motherfucker, my son died," and it was so Roger Sterling. So watch that.
Screw American Airlines.
My son.
So watch that movie. And
I forgot when she said that.
It's in the director's cut.
It was in the director's cut.
Director's cut. I gotta get my hands on that.
It's hard to find. It's kind of rare.
I'm not a huge fan of director's cut. I mean, obviously, I get why they do it because
I'm not a huge fan either.
Well, basically, in case you don't know, director's cut means the producers usually change the movie and he wanted his original vision.
Mm-hmm.
But when you do something like Halloween, the Rob Zombie, his director's cut is just like shit he kind of wanted to put in, and it's long and it's boring, and then the original version is just better, even if it's good. I'm not sure if you like that movie.
Sometimes
I love the remake.
A lot of people hate it, but like, I mean, then there's Blade Runner where there's 18 different versions, or 5.
That's like the reason why I haven't fully watched Blade Runner yet.
I haven't watched it. Maybe we should do Blade Runner.
I don't think I've seen it all the way. I have watched it. I fell asleep.
Unanimously agree that it's good.
I mean, everyone loves it.
I fell
All
asleep.
three of us have
fell
not
asleep
seen
during it.
And then I think what is it? Close Encounters has 5 versions of it. I'm not a huge fan of that.
Yeah, I think a movie should be put out in its perfect form.
What I am a fan of, unrated cuts where they add in curse words and
boobs
and bloopers.
Yeah, high five.
Yes, when Donnie Darko says "fuck you, Dad," and he kicks over the garbage pail.
Who calls it a pail? Like garbage.
Who doesn't call it a pail?
I feel like we had other things to talk about.
Well, I was going to talk about like this movie. The reason this movie tanked so hard and found its audience on DVD years later was this movie came out less than a month after 9/11, and no one wanted to watch a movie about a kid who survived a plane crash in his house.
Was that in the trailer? It was like,
I don't know.
He survived a plane crash in his house.
And like no one wanted to see this dark, brooding movie and then try to figure this whole movie out as it's going on. So it did terribly in the movie theaters. But yeah,
but lots of movies did. Didn't they have it into the Matrix? Or
no, Matrix was a huge blockbuster.
No, that was like 1999.
There's like a famous movie.
This is one of them.
I saw The Matrix in the movie theaters. My first rated R movie.
Ooh,
I'm thinking of Transformers.
Nope,
Yeah,
Transformers did really well.
That rated R Transformers.
But Richard Kelly,
the writer and director.
I mean,
he hasn't had many hits.
I think the first movie I saw of his was Southland Tales. I watched that. Did not get it. Didn't
get it either, but I liked it a lot.
I liked The Rock in that movie.
Yeah, that's when he first became Dwayne Johnson.
It's like the weirdest cast. It's like
Justin Timberlake.
It's like 8.
Sean William Scott.
It's 5 SNL casts.
John Lovitz.
It's this weird SNL and Mad TV cast kind of thing.
Oh yeah, isn't Sherry O'Terry in it?
Sherry O'Terry's in it, and then
John Lovitz.
A bunch of people from Mad TV. Amy Poehler's
in it.
Will Sasso.
Will Sasso's in it.
Will Sasso's in it.
Then you got Justin Timberlake, Sean William Scott,
Buffy.
The Rock, Sarah Michelle Gellar.
There's other people in it too.
And that movie had a car fucking another car in it.
I need to watch this movie again.
The one scene I really like is when they do the Killer song, like I got soul by
Justin
and
Timberlake.
it made no sense. I was like,
But
why
it
is
was
this
great.
happening? It was like, this is really cool.
Yeah, but you've seen The Box. I've never seen it. Everyone hates that movie. But
Quit talking
you
about my
said you liked
girlfriend.
it. Hey.
Everyone says The Box is bad. It's a bad
See,
box.
maybe I need to rewatch it.
I've never
I
seen
liked it. I liked the ending, even though Cameron Diaz, I think, spoiled it at Comic-Con by accident.
Oops.
They were doing a panel, and she was like, hey, this is the ending.
Oh, I mean, I
Whoops.
was in the mask.
I meant to say I was in the mask.
Whoops, spoiler alert.
Gillian Jacobs is in it, and she's a hottie with a body.
Ooh, hey, she's naked and Choke.
And Choke. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm going to bait to it when I do.
It's boring.
Well, I'm going to bait to it.
Well, thanks for letting me know. Richard Kelly wrote the original script for Holes.
Yeah.
Not many people know that.
Oh, that's right. I heard about that from this mysterious man that I met on the street who was selling me heroin.
So,
Hey, you should check out this other guy's movie.
Holes is didn't you say it was your all-time favorite movie?
It's a good movie.
Well, I mean, me and Mike used to watch it all the time. I say let's do a classic react. Let's reenact the movie Holes.
Right now.
I'm going to put...
Digging up. Gotta dig up the holes now. Digging up.
Hey, kid.
Hey, what
Hey,
are
Are
you
you,
trying to...
Are you
what,
Sigourney Weaver?
Yeah.
Okay, who am I?
what do you... What
Mike's,
you
Mike
want?
Shia LaBeouf, you're the black kid.
I'm
What
Zero.
you... Copper.
That's easy, he doesn't talk.
Can't you see we're trying to dig a hole?
Hey, you dig that hole, Henry Winkler's son?
Digging the hole.
Yeah, I know you have bad luck or something, but you're going to dig that hole for no reason. But I have a secret reason.
I hope I don't find a magical treasure box.
Is that what happens in this movie?
I'm Zero, I don't talk.
Oh.
Zero doesn't talk.
Can you play any other character?
I could play Tim Blake Nelson.
All right, play that.
Yeah, I'm on your side, Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Hey, kid.
Stop picking on me.
Hey, kid.
What's
Dig
up?
that hole.
Yeah, dig that hole.
Hey, this hole ain't gonna dig itself.
Hey, Richard Kelly wrote us at one point.
But anyway, yeah, he wrote the script.
What?
And scene.
Perfect. Good. Hey, high five, guys. That was great.
A lot of fun doing that.
Yeah, he was originally hired to write and direct Holes, but then they fired him because they read the script and they're like, "What the fuck is this?" And his version of Holes was post-apocalyptic, post-World War III.
Sign me up.
It's like a kid's in a detention camp, and they have to dig holes, of course. But at the end, there's like ghosts and stuff. Goats and ghosts, and he has sex with a prostitute at some point. It's on his website for free. Richard Kelly's
They find
website.
A prostitute in a hole.
I highly recommend.
The prostitute.
I highly recommend you
read
it. Oh, good joke.
Shia LaBeouf digs a hole and goes, "Hey, this ain't no hole."
That is literally the voiceover for the trailer. Shia LaBeouf digs a hole and says, "This ain't no hole."
This ain't no hole.
This ain't no hole.
Digging that hole, we're digging
But
that
yeah.
hole, with that
Gotta
hole
dig
being
that
dug.
Highly recommend everyone look it up and read it. It's crazy. It would be a great.
It had a little bit of a title change too.
I think it was still called Holes.
I remember.
So it's dig in, Diggin, DAT, hole.
Digging that hole.
This is a fun.
by Richard Kelly.
This is a fun Brett Mount story. I'm at my grandparents' house in Canada. I'm young. Final Destination 2 just came out on DVD. We rent it.
Pretty good movie.
I think it came out on VHS actually. We rent it. I'm spooked.
It's a scary movie.
I'm spooked. The part you wouldn't believe what spooks me. At the very end, some guy gets blown up, and the hand lands on the plate. That scared the crap. I don't know
That's
why.
the end of the movie. That's supposed to be funny. People laughed
I know.
at that
I
part.
That was supposed to be the goofy.
Yeah,
It was
that's
the
supposed to be a
goofiest.
I was trying to go to bed, and all I could imagine was a fucking hand landing on me. But how did I cope? I started reading the book Holes.
Hey,
And
there you go.
I got so pissed off because in the book he's fat.
Yeah.
They mention that he's fat. And so I'm like, well, now it's not matching up for me, and I gave up the book.
Movie trumps book.
And at that point, were you out of your fear of hands?
No, I was going to bed. I always go
You
to
hate
bed.
that movie. Speaking of going off topic, you hate those movies, don't you? The Final
I
Destination
love
movies.
Final Destination
Oh,
1.
you do?
I like Final Destination 2.
Final Destination 2 is amazing.
I walked out. Oof, this is kind of matching up with Mike. We went to see, me and Dylan saw
You two fucked up, which you fucked up at, because we saw Final Destination 5 a few years ago. That's one of the best ones.
Was it called The Final Destination?
No, that was the fourth one. That was terrible.
So we saw Final Destination 5. I saw the big bridge collapse scene.
Spoiler alert.
I walked out. And
Yeah, you fucked up.
I walked,
that one was so good.
Walked out of the movie theater, walked into Spy Kids 4. No glasses, no smell card or whatever you call that. And I see numbers coming up on the screen. It's like, oh, now scratch, like the dog farts. And it's like, oh, scratch 4.
Yeah.
And I see all these people going, ew. And I'm just like, man.
Yeah, you left Final Destination 5 to see that movie.
And then I walk out of
the dog fart smell.
And then I walk out of Spy Kids 4, go back into the Final Destination 5, see the cool scene at the end, and I was like, okay, this is good.
Yeah, Final Destination 5 is one of the better ones. 3 and 4 are fucking garbage, but 1, 2, 5, great.
I will admit, seeing that girl burn alive in the tanning thing gives me the creepy.
That's the third one.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I saw the third one with my grandma.
She hot?
Fun times.
She's single?
She's single?
She's single? No, she's not single anymore.
She, what?
Ooh, whoa,
Wait,
hey. I'm gonna beat him up. What's his name?
I'm gonna beat him up.
Go beat up the grandma.
Is she cute?
She's a grandma.
Don't answer the question.
I said the same thing when you asked me that.
Everyone is like, she's my grandma. I didn't ask what your relation is. I said, is she cute? Send me pics. Send me her Snapchat info.
Well, I don't have a pic of her from when she was 22.
Okay, well, let's get off the top. We have some. We should get into Twitter. We're
we'll
about 40 minutes into this. Shit.
Oh shit already. Okay. Yeah. What'd your tweet?
Okay,
tweet,
this is from
tweeters
Twitter.
say
Now,
about this
a
movie?
lot more people talked about this
Because
because,
people watch this movie way more than people watch Antichrist.
I guess we should maybe do more popular movies, but because no one really saw Only God Forgives either.
Who wants to do popular movies to be like a fuck the man?
America.
Pig.
America.
So I think this guy. I think this guy tweets at pretty much it. Lonnie Donahoe.
Oh, I know
27.
him.
He says, overhyped. I was expecting a lot more after hearing so many great things about it. It's not terrible, though.
Yeah, this
I
movie,
would say it is really overhyped.
it's overhyped unless you see it at the right age, like me and Mike said.
Yeah.
What? I thought
Like
my
me,
age
Mike
was
said.
good. I think I liked seeing it at my age because I did like it.
Yeah.
But I just didn't.
There was
maybe
so
I'm
much
dumb.
more of like a sense of wonder though when you'd see it like younger.
Yeah.
Am I dumb because I don't
No, you're
get the
not
ending?
dumb. I probably would have the same reaction if I saw it at 23 years old. But
So
I saw it at 14, and I was like, what?
I mean, I really liked the ending. I just had no... Like, I thought it was going to show Frank. I thought it was going to show him, like, fix something.
Flying the plane.
But nothing.
I found the plane.
You'll never catch me alive, Darko.
I thought it was going to show him do something other than just sit there and cry.
Yeah, I don't know.
Dude, and the scene where he runs over the girl.
Yeah.
That was a brutal run because there was no like fake like noise. She wasn't going.
Yeah, it wasn't like a. It just happened.
It was like that was brutal, and I was like, oh, I hope that didn't.
I think this movie introduced the word to the term agnostic.
What?
What?
There's a point in the movie where she talks to him about God, and he's like, "Do you believe in God?" And he's like, "I'm not atheist." Blah blah blah. He's like, "Oh, well then you're agnostic." And at that point, I was like, "Oh, that's what that means." When you absolutely can never say you don't believe in God, but then you can absolutely never say that.
But
I do believe
did you
in God.
just say that the
know.
movie coined that phrase?
No, I said I think it introduced the term to the world because after that movie, I think everyone just started saying it to sound cool. Like
You
I'm
were
agnostic.
14. You were probably still learning words. But
Hey, fuck you.
do you want to get into a God debate?
Uh,
Maybe it's not the time.
I believe Jake Gyllenhaal. I believe he is God.
Okay, well, at Kyle McMahon, is that how you say it?
McMahon.
No, that's not.
Macman.
One of my favorites. That's what he says.
Okay, I wasn't. Well, he says one of my favorites.
Not a lot to say.
It's a lot of people's favorite movie.
At Odette Diaz, I hope I'm saying these. I should not be the one reading. Absolutely love it. One of my all-time favorites. Fuck you, Lonnie Donahoe. So
He wasn't even being mean about it.
yeah.
People got into an argument on this.
At Lonnie Donahoe,
Really?
at Lonnie Donahoe says, at Odette Diaz, go blow a rabbit, Pedro. And
I've never heard that before.
And then at Odette Diaz says, at Lonnie Donahoe, go eat dirt, meanie. So
This is just like that scene from the movie where Jake Gyllenhaal tweets at the bullies.
See, this is why I love technology. You ask people a question, and then they take the question, and then they get into smart, logical debates. And it's very invigorating for my psyche as a human being, and I'm very appreciative
see,
of
this
it.
is a weird review. At Dan Marlowe _ says it's good. No,
That's weird.
he said it's good. The movie is kind of like Fight Club, where you know the movie is going somewhere, but in the ending you're like, oh, because I did not get that.
What?
I
Yeah,
did.
Fight Club is also everyone's favorite movie at one point in time.
Also,
I don't understand.
At the end of Donnie Darko, I wasn't like, oh.
If you had a Fight Club moment at the end, please explain. Because
that everyone was actually Jake Gyllenhaal.
please,
Tyler Durden.
please tweet at me if you can
Jeweler Durden.
if you can explain Donnie Darko, or at least give your theory, because I guess there is no defined.
I think there is. It's just
But we know
you
it.
don't know. Yeah,
At I'll Make You Laugh, which
better.
we've talked about. Yeah, she
Oh,
never.
it's a girl.
Yeah,
Girls can't be funny.
we talked about on her last podcast, but probably got cut
Girls
out.
can't be funny.
It's true. You know their craniums are small. We don't like that. Like their brain literally can't be as smart as
And they're the Antichrist.
Mm-hmm.
What'd she say?
She said, I'm obsessed with that film. Even have this. She linked to a picture. She had an action figure of it. Time travel is one of the most interesting things in the world, and it doesn't even exist, you dumb bitch.
Girls. So is that all?
Yeah, that's all the ones I
okay.
got. I mean, I tweeted out kind of last minute. But tweet at me at BrettC82 if you have any theories on what.
Yeah,
Donnie
we really
Darko-
need them.
I'm collecting them for
Yeah.
my book.
This movie was voted number 9 on Film 4's 50 films you need to see before you die.
Wait, who's film what?
Film 4.
Film 4.
You don't follow Film 4, Mike?
I don't follow the Film 4 crew.
You know what? I would say this is the kind of movie you should see after you die.
Maybe you'll get some explanation.
Mike, do we?
You just show it to my corpse.
What's your explanation for the ending?
We already did it.
Did you do yours? I heard mine.
I think it's something where it's like he's stuck in a time loop.
Oh yeah,
and it's like
that. I was wondering if what Dylan's was.
Yeah, mine was that before he died, he saw into the future.
Oh, okay, yeah, I remember that. Sorry.
But on IMDb, I'm looking at the trivia. There's apparently there could have been a different universe where people were cast in different parts, such as Vince Vaughn as Donnie Darko was an early choice. And Mark Wahlberg.
He wakes up and he looks in the mirror and goes, "I'm Vince Vaughn."
Why isn't?
Well, apparently it was offered to Vince Vaughn, but he turned it down because he thought it was too old for it.
Why didn't Mark Wahlberg play like his best
and then
friend?
Mark
who's just in the
Wahlberg,
background?
and then Mark Wahlberg was interested in it.
Why
So that means the script was floating around, and Mark Wahlberg was like, "I want to do that."
Yeah, but why didn't he? Why didn't he play the side friend? You know, that's an Antichrist.
Oh, that's right. Mark Wahlberg in the Antichrist. Mark Wahlberg was just sitting around.
Who's that rabbit? Hey, who's that rabbit? What's he telling? Don't listen to him.
Listen to me.
Hey,
Mark Wahlberg would explain everything.
Hey, watch out. You know, if I was flying that airplane, we wouldn't have crashed. If I was on that plane, we wouldn't have crashed.
The jet engine would not be in your room.
No.
It would be still on the fucking
Because
plane,
I would
buddy.
have saved it. Because I could beat terrorists.
Jason
I
Schwartzman.
think we just found a transformer.
You guys both think that line is silly. I think it's perfect.
I think it's cool, but it's funny in that trailer.
But it's just so funny.
What else are they supposed to call it?
Dude, I get.
It's just the image of Mark Wahlberg saying, "I think we found a transformer."
I think if anyone else said
it should have been T.J. Miller.
Yeah, I think T.J. Miller should be cool.
I can't wait for. I just want to see that movie because
why do they not show him at all in the trailer?
Because they're like, we don't want to show the guy from Cloverfield in here. Jason Schwartzman was also considered for the role.
Could have been good, I guess. What's his name? Donnie Darko. What's his name?
Voted number 5. Oh, sorry. Voted number 5 on the list of Australia's 10 favorite movies. The country got together and said, "We need to compile a list, guys. mates.
Right, mates, we need a list together.
So let's do this bit. Hey, mate.
Hey, third mate, how you doing?
Crikey.
Hey, out of your favorite...
You seen this movie picture?
Wait.
What are you talking about there?
I've got my foot stuck in a snake.
That's a great movie. Have you seen this?
That's not the name of the film. I've got my foot stuck in a snake.
Oh, you're in a chip.
This is confusing because there's a movie called I Got My Foot. I'm missing my accent.
Hey, mates, if you were to say 10 favorite movies...
Bit of a jam.
If you were to say 10 favorite movies, what would your number 5 be?
Taxi.
Just Taxi with Jimmy Fallon?
That's we put that on our flag.
That's settled. Into bit.
Hey, have you seen this movie Donnie Darko? It's pretty good.
Oh, good day, mate. Let's change it. Let's get Taxi out of here.
Oh, you're gonna Taxi out?
On my Barbie.
Let's put Taxi on the Barbie.
All right, it's settled then. Number 5, Donnie Darko.
Let's not compile any of the other lists.
We're Australians from Brooklyn.
Okay, so who plays Donnie Darko? Not Tobey Maguire. I can't. What's his name? Jake Gyllenhaal. What did he do before this?
I think Mike's dying. He did Bubble Boy. That's pretty much it.
He's stuck in this Australian bit. He just did Bubble Boy.
Are you going through a time loop, Mike?
What just happened?
I think you just cut out for a second.
I was screaming.
We did not hear you. You definitely went through a time loop. Oh, this is another. I was talking in the car about this. I can drive, yeah. And
hey, ladies.
And the CG, not mainly the bubble coming out of them. Yeah. Not so great, but it doesn't fucking matter because like I know people complained about CG and like bad CG.
What, you wanted practical bubbles?
I wanted practical. No,
practical bubbles coming out of people.
This is one of the best examples where it doesn't need to be good CG. I mean,
to get the point across.
I mean, like if you watch, my best example is the show Reaper on the CW. Mm-hmm. It's a great show.
Yeah, it was good.
But they just didn't have the budget for CGI, and so it looked bad, but it didn't matter because the show was so good. So if you're complaining about bad CG, put a cactus in your butt.
Hey, you heard it from
that sounds uncomfortable.
You heard it here from Brett Mounts. Put a cactus in your butt.
But I think we're ramping up. We're almost at an hour.
Shit,
we're at 50 minutes.
You keep saying we're gonna do this for 30 minutes.
No, you keep saying that. I'd rather go for an hour. So we try to get to like 45. So Mike, you got any last remarks about Donnie D?
I liked it.
So if there one word to describe this movie,
I hate that.
What would it be?
Let's see. One word. Donnie.
I was about to say Darko.
Damn it.
So I think we're all in agreement that
Donnie is Darko.
Yep. Mystery solved, guys.
I wish I could high five you over the web.
So why did he fled the school?
Oh yeah, there's a theory, or I mean, in the director's cut, they show pictures from chapters of the philosophy of time travel, which is in the movie. Speaking of which, we wish we had science teachers that carried around awesome books.
Yeah, but like Donnie Darko was interested in time travel, and he asked the perfect
book,
person.
the book you need.
He was like, "Hey, do you know anything about time travel?" He's like, "I have 2 fucking books about it." Hey.
Perfect. But
Great.
But they show chapters, and one of the chapters that they read that said,
"Flood your school."
Someone who Donnie Darko is in the position where he's called the tangent being or something, and whoever the tangent being is, chaos starts to surround him, and because he either causes it or it just manifests itself around him. So him flooding the school, everyone arguing at the PTSA
It was something supposed to be like people from the future were, like that's what the rabbit was.
Well, I get that, but I don't get why he's there, and why can't he just say, "Hey, go flood the school"? Why does it be so creepy about it?
Because it would have been cool on movies.
Yeah, the movie would have been over in
He
2 fucking seconds.
He should have said, "Hey, I'm from the future. Let's
Hey
fix
kid,
this."
I'm from the future.
I guess when you go back in time after you die, you become creepy.
I guess so.
We need to discuss what happened to the Frank guy. How did he live and go back?
I don't know which timeline's first. Do you think the whole movie comes before the ending?
Should we just look it up online?
No.
Let's
yeah,
finish this.
Mike's-
Let's look it up.
Mike's putting a gun in this throat. He's like, "I'm tired of Donnie Darko." I
Like,
feel like
One is all the way down in my esophagus.
I feel bad for our listeners because I bet all of them want to be talking to us, and we want to hear. And it sucks that we can't invite you all because you're all annoying as shit. And but so you tweeted us, and I'm at BrettCM82. Dylan is
at Daredevil Union,
and Mike is MW10T.
That's right.
And you can YouTube him, MW10T.
You can put the link in the description.
I'm not gonna do that. And and Mike, you're live streaming now.
I am.
All
That's
right.
what I'm doing.
He's one of the best streamers in the West. And
Best in the West. Yeah, I'll fuck your wife and play a video game and commentate on it, and you won't even believe how goddamn funny it is. You'll forget I just fucked your wife and burnt your house down.
America.
that has to be a good stream for someone not to care that he just fucked his wife and burned her
So
house
I'm sure there's lots of things more we could talk about, but without going a lot longer. Like
what happened.
Like what happened, like how the things added up. Like, oh, there's the scenario of him finding the wallet, then he finds the wallet. Like, there's so many other tiny things like that we could discuss, but we all get the. I think we're all in agreement that if this is good. Yes, it's good.
Yeah, it's good.
It's good.
It's good.
This is a weird breakthrough. It's the first movie I've liked on the podcast.
Really?
On the podcast,
Oh.
I didn't like.
I thought you were saying of all time.
It's I've never liked a movie.
Until now, but
Everything.
going to our first scale though, our prime scale. Is this better than The Mask?
Richter scale.
Ooh, this one's a toughie because usually I base it on which one would I want to watch.
Yeah. Better than The Mask, yes or no? I would go on a limb and say, yeah, better than The Mask.
I think I would rather watch Donnie Darko other than The Mask.
Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit. I'd rather than be on back-to-back on FX on a Tuesday afternoon.
7:30.
I think I'm gonna have to go with you and say it's slightly better than The Mask.
Slightly better. You heard it here
Because it's getting us, like, no one's like, "Hey, do you think The Mask, like, how's it stay on his face?" Even though we couldn't have a discussion about The Mask.
for hours.
I ask myself that question every fucking night.
Why does no one care that he has a green face? No one brings it up.
I remember one of the first times we hung out and really howled laughter together. It's just me and you watched The Mask together.
So there's one scene, I think I tell Mike about this all the time. So there's a scene where The Mask...
where he's dancing with her? Okay.
So there's a
Wait, what?
So there's a scene where The Mask robs a bank, right? And he screws over the mafia or whatever they're supposed to be, and one of them gets shot. And so The Mask goes to a dance club, and then the mafia goes to the same dance club, and they're like,
I'm already cracking up.
and so the guy's like, "Who did this?" And the black guy, one of the guy goes, "Him, the guy dancing with Tina."
Not the guy with the green face. The guy dancing with Tina.
He could have been that one guy who has a green face.
And
He's
doing superhuman.
the guy that's a cartoon character.
Instead, he picked the one thing he said was the guy dancing with Tina.
So funny.
Which another thing is, Tina was my first girlfriend, my first kiss. We don't need to get into that.
Brett, you're crying.
Profusely tearing.
So, okay, I think this is the first for the podcast. We all in agreement that this is great and that it's better than The Mask. First movie that is better than The Mask on this podcast, for sure.
Can we have a better than The Mask sound effect?
Bone.
Bones?
So we have a movie planned out for next week.
Oh yeah, so next week we want you guys, in case you don't know, we want you to watch the movie before, because we do talk about spoilers, and we
need you to tweet at us.
We need you to tweet at us, and
mainly Brett.
Mainly.
And also, every time you watch the movie, follow it by watching The Mask, so you can then make your own judgment.
So either way, you're watching The Mask once a week.
Said twitch.tv/MikePeterson91 if you want to watch him live stream. But so next week we're gonna watch Donnie Darko.
Nope,
again.
Nope, that's not what we had planned, Brett.
So we're gonna watch the movie. I guess a lot of people hate.
It's a movie that's I mean, people either love it or they just don't get it.
People definitely hate his Kickstarter for the new movie.
Yeah.
We're going to watch the cult classic?
I guess it's kind of a cult classic. Garden State.
Zach Braff's Garden State.
Oh, no.
Mike's not a fan. Maybe we should bring him back. Maybe the podcast Mike is the guest every time.
Well, give us a quick view of your take on Garden State, Mike.
My view on Garden State is that it is a movie that I haven't seen.
Maybe you should watch it.
We were going to watch Blue is the Warmest Color, but then we saw a movie is 3 hours long, and Brett hates subtitles.
No,
but
that is not the reason.
in that movie.
That is not the reason. The reason why
is... And Brett's not allowed to watch NC-17 movies.
I'm not allowed to watch NC-17
But there's lesbians, and they rub their vaginas on each other's vaginas.
No spoilers, but... But next week... There's a whole thing. We are gonna do blue.
At one point, we were just tired of seeing these fucking droll.
We wanted a happy,
sad, intense drama movies.
So to break the wall, we double featured Antichrist and Donnie Darko back to back. And man,
what a day!
We're bummed.
You know, it's a bad day when Donnie Darko is the highlight of your happiness.
We were thinking about doing The Incredibles next, just
to make us happy.
Even though.
I like The Incredibles.
I'm pretty sure that's good.
Even though I'm not the biggest fan.
Hey, get the fuck out.
I think it's good, but I'm not.
Maybe Frozen. I have no fucking interest.
Maybe we should do movie. Frozen next. Or not next.
I'm dreading watching Frozen if we watch it.
I'm dreading it. Leave in the comments what movies we should do. Leave in the comments how many jelly beans do you think Mike can fit in his mouth,
or bananas.
Or bananas.
Or jelly bean bananas.
I don't even know what that means.
Jelly beans that are flavored like bananas.
As always, thanks for listening. You're the best. Sorry if you were really wanting to get on the conversation, because I know this movie does...
Sorry about us talking about The Mask.
No, I'm not sorry about that.
I'll never apologize for that.
He murders people.
He does.
He sticks mufflers through people's body.
Yeah, people die in that movie.
That movie's insane.
We should watch that movie. Just talk about how good it is.
And then you can rate it out of a mask.
Someone asked me, is The Mask better than The Mask? And I was like, no, The Mask is equal to The Mask. I think...
Greater than or equal to.
The only one I can say is equal to The Mask, I think, is Men in Black. I think Men in Black's equal to The Mask.
Yeah, they fall in kind of the same category.
They both have movies that people put on crazy masks.
Is it the second one where there's balls in it?
Yeah.
It's a kid's movie where you see testicles.
Fuck that movie.
That's insane.
What?
There's a joke where he goes, that alien is a Balchinian, and he has balls on his chins, and we see testicles
with hair
in a kid's movie.
Hey, everyone's got them.
Mike, that's not true.
Not girls.
Every human being on the planet.
Mike,
let me stop you there.
We got something to talk about.
We'll tell you when we sign off on this podcast right now.
I couldn't.
Thanks for listening.
I'm not looking forward to this. It sounds like you're about to break my world.
Tune in next time.
Garden State.
Bye.